Part of this economic lockdown, the strategy of market closures in response to the pandemic has been to make us ever more dependent on government handouts.
There's been a revolution in gaming.
Democracy, poverty reduction, and cryptocurrency.
Communities get their own currency.
Decentralized social networks.
There's no compensation for that unless the government steps in with some crumbs to help them recover and find another line of business.
So basically your position is that there is a role for government to play in the current system.
Well, government also has gotten too big and too powerful. You know, part of this economic lockdown, the strategy of market closures in response to the pandemic has been to make us ever more dependent on government handouts. Because when we can't sell our goods and services in the market, we depend on the government to inflate the currency and give us handouts to get by. But how long is that going to continue? What's going to be the overall impact of that? You just can't keep printing more money. I mean, figuratively printing. It's not actually printing money. It's just creating deposits, so-called, putting them into your bank account. That's ultimately going to cause price inflation in basic commodities.
So let me actually...
You have simultaneous inflation and depression.
So, that's interesting. It almost like reminds me of stagflation that they had coined in the past, stagnation and inflation. Is that similar, what you're thinking of when you say depression and inflation?
Yeah, well, when people don't have jobs and can't earn a living, that's depression. When governments governments in the banking system inflate the money supply in the face of falling production, that's monetary inflation, which eventually causes price inflation.